Hey guys, it's Mark with Hallmark Pool Supplies. Have you just recently bought a house and it has a pool? Well, congratulations. Pool ownership is exciting, it's fun. Having a pool is great. However, it can be overwhelming and stressful, especially if you don't know what to do. And so I've created this checklist in this video that's going to help you. And the checklist is something that every pool owner should know about their pool. So now when you go to your local pool store, you will have most of the answers to the questions that they need so that they can better off assist and help you in getting you kick-started with the new pool and pool ownership. So the first thing we want to do is we want to confirm the type of pool that you have. Is it an above ground or is it an in-ground? If it is an in-ground pool, we need to confirm if it is a concrete, vinyl, or fiberglass. This is very important as we move along through this checklist. So the next thing we want to do is we want to make sure we know the size of the pool. And how do we do that? We want to measure the length and the width of the pool, and if it's a shallow pool or is it a diving pool. Most diving pools will have a diving board, and if it is a diving pool, it's going to be at least 8 foot plus. Most shallow pools only go to 5 or 6 foot deep. But knowing this information is going to be very important because it's going to allow them to know the gallon capacity of the pool and how much chemical you're going to need to treat that pool. We don't want to treat the pool with not enough chemicals, and we definitely don't want to treat the pool by putting too many chemicals in the pool. So knowing the gallon capacity is very, very important. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to go out and we want to film all the way around the pool, and the first thing is skimmers. What is a skimmer? A skimmer is located on the side of a pool, and it is designed to skim off all the surface debris. Most pools will have a skimmer. Some pools have more than one skimmer. So we want to take note of how many skimmers we have. And then we also want to take note of all the return jets, where they're located and positioned in the pool, and how many do you have. What is a return jet? A return jet is bringing back all the clean water back into the pool, and it's circulating the pool. So that's very important to take note of that as well. We also want to make sure if we have a drain or drains in the bottom of the pool, we can also take a picture or film that as well. We can also film the light. If you have a light in your pool, having all this information is good because this will help the pool store when you go. If there's something needed, they will have a better idea of what you have, especially when you have photographs or a film that is going to show them the placement of everything and the type of equipment that you have. For an example, you have a ladder. Most pools have a ladder, and if you take note, you'll see there's ladder bumpers on the ladder, and this is very important. When you're opening a pool or putting a ladder in or taking a ladder out, and they are removable with nothing more than a 1/2-inch socket set or a 1/2-inch wrench that will allow you to unscrew the bolt. Those are called anchor sockets. The ladder is removed, and then we want to make sure that those ladder bumpers are installed. If they're good, we're good to go. If they are missing or if they're loose and they're falling off, you definitely want to replace the ladder bumpers, because if you don't, that ladder up against the wall can do damage to the pool wall. So this is all stuff that's very important for you to check. So by filming everything, when you go to your local pool store, if there's something that you missed, it'll be on film or in a picture, and they will be more able to help you with the problems that you might have. So those of you that have a difficult pool-related question and you need help, I'll be glad to work with you. And the fastest way to get a hold of me is book a phone session with me. I have a link down below so you can do so, and I'll be glad to help. So the next thing we want to do is we want to go out to the filter system that's on your pool, and we want to see what type of filter system you have. Now, there are 3 types of filter systems. There's sand, there's DE, and there's cartridge. So just like we did with the swimming pool, let's take our camera out there, take some pictures or a video. We want to film the label plate on the filter. We want to film the label plate on the pump. This is very important because it's going to tell us the make, the model, the size, what type of filter we have, what's the horsepower on the pump, and this is very important to have. Now, once we determine the filter system that you have, if you want a little bit more information in regards to how to operate your filter system and how it works, I have made 3 separate videos in regards to sand, DE, or cartridge, and at the end of the video there will be links posted down below for those of you that want to check that out. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to make an inventory of all the pool cleaning equipment. What am I referring to? I'm referring to things like your pole, your vacuum hose, your vacuum plate, etc. These are things that every pool owner should have in order to clean their pool. And if you guys want a little bit more detail in regards to all the cleaning essentials needed to clean a pool, I have a video called 7 Essentials Needed for Cleaning Your Pool, and I will post a link down below for any of you guys that want to check that out. So the next thing we want to do is we also want to take an inventory of any chemicals that you may have. This will also help in regards to knowing the type of chemicals you're using. And if you don't have any chemicals, regardless if you do or don't, take pictures. That way you've got an inventory of what you have. You can then take a water sample, getting a clean jar or a water bottle, and you want to go elbow deep in the pool and get your water sample, and you need to have about 6 ounces of water so that they can do the test. And the reason we're going elbow deep is we're getting a better average reading of the water. So when they do the water test, it'll be more accurate in regards to what you have and what your levels are, and they will be able to assist you in getting your pool balanced and getting you kick-started in the right direction on balancing your pool. So last but not least, this is very important. You never want to drain your pool. Now, sometimes people get a green pool and they think that, oh, I can just drain it and fresh fill it. And in some cases you can. It depends on the pool, it depends on the location, where it's built. For an example, if we have a fiberglass pool or a concrete pool and it's in a very high water table and you drain it, the pool can float and that can do a lot of damage. If we have a vinyl liner pool and you drain it thinking you're going to clean it and fresh fill it with clean water, you can do more damage to the pool and end up having to replace the liner. So the best advice that I could give you is never drain a pool until you seek professional advice. And once doing so, then you'll know if your pool is safe enough to drain. But if you have a dirty pool, no worries. All you have to do is chemically treat your pool, clean it, and you'll be fine. For those of you that want more information on your pool, check out this video on how a swimming pool works. In this video, I cover all the things that pool owners should know about their pool. As always, remember us at Hallmark Pool Supplies for all your pool needs. My name is Mark. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.